Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Kobe. Welcome back to another reaction video here for today. And this is gonna be a little bit different. I haven't really done too many like top 10 lists for gaming and stuff like that. But one of my viewers, Bit Grundy, I'm looking at the comment right here. He asked me to do a top 10 reaction to top 10 Pokemon of from Green Scorpion and Josh Scorcher. And I got Green Scorpion put up here. I'll probably do Josh Scorcher here after this one, but just as a separate video. I don't know yet, but we'll see how it works out. But yes, we're going to be looking at Green Scorpion's top 10 favorite Pokemon, and this is just a subscriber suggested, or well, maybe subscriber, maybe just viewer suggested video. Who knows? I'm trying to take more of your guys' suggestions when it comes to these top 10 videos. I should do this as a live stream, but I'm going to wait until maybe later on today to do it. And as you guys see, I got a little rough patch down here. It's about all I can grow. So, and then I got my petal stash. So, yeah, let's go ahead and transition on over. Probably, there we go. There's the proper fade that I was wanting. And let's go and start it. Get that Ruby out of here. I don't want it. Pretty long intro.
Hello everyone, the Green Scorpion here, and without a doubt the Pokemon series has recently reached the pinnacle of excellence. Pokemon X and Y stormed the market, selling millions upon millions of copies worldwide, and it truly showed just how far the series has progressed over the past 2 decades. With the recent hype that the Pokemon series has received, I feel it's time to express my appreciation for the series. With 6 generations under its belt, the amount of Pokemon has gone from a measly 150 to a crap ton, and everyone has their favorites. So today, I'm going to present mine by listing my top 10 favorite Pokemon in the whole series. Now, I'd like to address a few things before we begin. This is solely my opinion, and my judgment will be based on my own preferences that mostly involve design, references and mythos, typing, and usability in battle. Also, keep in mind that I am by no means a competitive player. My view of Pokemon is go in, capture and befriend the Pokemon I like, and do my best with them while having as much fun as possible. So don't expect me to talk about tiers, competitive value, natures, or what have you. This is merely a tribute to the franchise from someone who sees it as a way to have fun and escape from reality. And on that note,
yeah, I can actually get behind this. Like, that's usually the only reason I ever choose Pokemon. That's kind of the main reason why I only prefer the first 3 gens of Pokemon. Everything beyond that is just, to me personally, it's just stupid. But then again, it's kind of the premise of the show in general.
My favorite animal, as a lot of you guys know, is the scorpion. But in all honesty, I like arachnids in general.
Nope.
I know that a lot of people are fearful of these creatures, but I find them fascinating. So we're starting off with Generation 5's own electric arthropod, Galvantula. Galvantula is one of the few Pokemon from Generation 5 that I took an immediate shine to. First of all, the design is excellent, being based on a tarantula with an appealing yellow and purple color scheme. I also like how its name is a combination of tarantula and galvanism, galvanism being the art of constricting muscles through electrical currents. Speaking of electricity, this thing is no slouch on the battlefield. Being both a bug and electric type makes it
it's
the
actually
only
got
one
a
of that type
genuinely cool
this makes
name.
room for a very diverse move pool, and it's the only Pokemon that can learn Electro Web, a useful move that damages the opponent and lowers their speed. In addition, it boasts some pretty solid special attack and speed, which made it the sweeper on my team when playing Pokemon Black. There's just a lot about Galvantula that I like. He may have low defenses, but that's why I keep him in the back so he can come and clean up afterwards.
Number 9.
Whenever anyone starts a Pokemon game, they have to choose between a grass, fire, or water type starter. Personally, I always gravitated towards the grass types. I'm not too sure why, I just like grass types, I guess. That being said, number 9 on this list is Serperior.
Okay.
Snivy and Servine served me well during the first parts of Pokemon Black, but as soon as it evolved into Serperior, I was astonished. This guy helped me through many battles, landing Leech Seeds and Leaf Blades left and right with its superior speed. Also, I love its demeanor, with its tall, regal pose and that sophisticated glare.
Sorry guys, there's
its Pokedex entry even mentions that its glare is intimidating enough to unnerve even the wittiest of oppressors. However, the main reason I love
Plus, there's
Serperior
the
is
buzzing
its design
of it.
and
That gives me
background.
fucking
Along with
a goddamn
spiders,
heart
I'm a
attack.
huge fan of snakes, and Serperior's design is based on many different species of serpent, including the green vine snake, the emerald tree boa, and the royal python. Its design and background are also based on 18th century European
I'm gonna shut my doors.
cultures. Its appearance is a reference to the acanthus leaf motifs, and its white face alludes to the skin whitening fashion used by European royalty. Great design, great background, and useful in battle, Serperior is a high-class Pokemon that I'll take into battle any day.
Alright. Got that freaking dirt dub right here, so. Sorry about that.
Magnemite and Magneton were among the more interesting Pokemon from Generation 1 for me. Maybe because I used to play with Magnus when I was a kid. These guys were cool, but they didn't exactly merit a spot on my team at the time. Then we got Magnezone.
Wait, what?
Magnezone is a beast. An electric
When
steel
was that
type
a
that boasts
thing?
fantastic defensive and special attack stats. Being a special attacker that can take physical
Okay,
blows,
so-
Magnezone is very useful when dealing with some
I'm
heavyweight
very
juggernauts.
out of the loop
The
when it
design
comes
is
to
cool,
Pokemon
being
now.
reminiscent of a UFO with a very appropriate magnet motif.
I think
Also,
the
and this may seem a little
last-
silly, but I just love the name. It just
I
makes
think the
me feel
last starter
powerful
gen
when
I
say
remember
it.
like fully seeing and
Magnezone.
liking was Chimchar. I think was the last one I actually like know and liked is Chimchar. So just that generation.
Whenever I play any Pokemon game, I always seem to prefer Pokemon that have a sort of cool and steadfast demeanor about them. Thus, we get Gallade. First of all,
Gallade.
Gallade is portrayed as an honorable swordsman who
Okay.
is willing to step forth to any challenge. It is speculated that his visual design is based on medieval knights, specifically the Murmillo-class Roman gladiators. In addition, I can't deny that I absolutely love, as Josh would call them, the Wolverine elbow blades. Gallade was also my go-to Pokemon when I played through Pokemon Y. Whereas Magnezone was a special attacker who could withstand physical blows, Gallade was a physical attacker with a high special defense, making him a very useful Pokemon against some scary psychic types. Now, I'm sure you guys are wondering what I think of Gardevoir. Well, I'm happy to say that Gardevoir, as well as a few other fantastic Pokemon, were very close honorable mentions. But the Pokemon mentioned thus far have managed to win me over just a bit more, and Gallade is certainly one of them.
I like the music.
This next one may seem a bit strange, but at number 6 we have Poliwrath. I know I mentioned Poliwrath as my favorite back in a Q&A video, but the more I play Pokemon, the more I realize that opinions tend to shift. Regardless, Poliwrath still holds a well-deserved place in my heart. First of all, I love the fact that Poliwrath is a water fighting type, giving it access to a pretty diverse move pool, including one of my favorite moves, Dynamic Punch. Although the dual typing does give it quite a few weaknesses and no resistances. I also really like its design, being a bipedal tadpole with an intimidating stare. Though its design really isn't all that different from Poliwhirl's. I know what you're thinking, I seem to be finding counters to the reasons why I like this Pokemon. The thing is that the main reason I love Poliwrath is sorely based on nostalgia. Poliwrath was actually my saving grace during the Gym Leader Castle when I played Pokemon Stadium 2. I played that game to death when I was a kid, and one of the greatest memories I have is laying waste to every Gym Leader alongside Poliwrath, using Mind Reader and following with Dynamic Punches and Hydro Pumps to run my opponents to the ground. I will openly admit that Poliwrath, in terms of usefulness, isn't all that great, but that doesn't stop me from appreciating him for what he did for me back in the day.
Okay.
Este próximo Pokémon es el tipo de pelear y volar. Un pájaro luchador que ganó una gran posición en mi favor.
What?
Hawlucha is freaking awesome. He's a flying fighting type boasting high speed and attack
You gotta
stats,
have the
and he's a
Mucho Lucius
freaking
theme song in the
luchador.
background, dude.
There's just
Come
so
on.
much I love about this Pokemon. First of all, the design. The red cape-like wings and the mask-like design on its head looks like something straight out of
God, I
Mucha
love the
Lucha.
Mucha.
In addition,
I love
I
the
love
Mucha
his
Lucha
color
theme
scheme,
song,
giving
dude.
us
I
a
love
nice
it.
combination of
I
red,
forgot about
white,
this show
and of
so much.
course,
I can't
green.
go back and watch it
Then
now.
there's his ability in battle. Hawlucha is known for taking the first move with a vicious attack. His typing also makes room for a good mix of flying and fighting type moves, giving him coverage to many different types. Speaking of moves, I should address his signature move, Flying Press. Along with being the only Pokemon that learns this move, it is a direct commendation to his design since Hawks and Lucha Libre wrestlers like to attack from above. In addition, Flying Press is a fighting and flying type move simultaneously, giving it some very unique super effective options. Not only is it great in battle, its background and design truly make Hawlucha a Pokemon after my own heart.
God, I love that theme song so much.
One thing I've noticed as I played Pokemon over the years is that I like to play very defensive, so Pokemon with high defenses, like Ferrothorn, are right up my alley.
Okay.
Just look at this thing. Those glaring eyes combined with a structure that says, "Come at me, bro." I also should mention that Ferroseed, its pre-evolution, has this same kind of design, but in a way that is somewhat adorable. Kind of in a way that reminds me of Meta Knight. Ferrothorn's high defensive stats make it a full-on juggernaut, and its typing of Grass and Steel give it a crap ton of resistances. Not to mention, the fact that its speed is abysmal can be used as a benefit with Gyro Ball, a move that gets stronger if the Pokemon using it is slower. Ferrothorn is the kind of Pokemon that just sits there and soaks up damage as it sets up Thunder Waves and Stealth Rocks. It may have a serious weakness to fire, but hey, it has to have some sort of weakness, right? However, when the flames are put away, I can always count on Ferrothorn to take one for the team.
Ah. That wasn't creepy at all.
Gengar has been a favorite of mine since day one. He has one of the simplest designs of a lot of Pokemon in the series, but it really works for him. The dark purple coloring, the unassuming body shape, that smile. Oh gosh, that smile is creepy in a way that actually makes me smile a bit. As the generations came and went, I noticed that Gengar was a Pokemon that I tried to get on my team whenever I could. He boasts one of the best special attack stats in the whole game, and his speed, while not incredible, can still outspeed a lot of Pokemon. He may have low defenses, but that's exactly why he should get the first move. Also, being a Ghost type and having the ability Levitate gives him an immunity to fighting, normal, and ground type moves. In addition, Gengar has been the subject of a lot of creepypastas, from his apparent ability to disguise himself as someone's shadow, to the idea that he's Clefairy's dead spirit. Overall though, I just love the fact that Gengar exists. Gengar, along with Ghastly and Haunter, were the ushers of the Ghost typing in the series.
I don't know shit about
Ghost
Pokemon
happens
brand.
to be my
Like,
favorite
fuck,
typing in the
okay.
game, and the fact that it was the first line of Ghost-type Pokemon really bumped Gengar up to a true favorite of mine.
Sorry, I'm looking through comments to get the next video set up.
Speaking of Ghost types... Aegislash has become one of the most beloved Pokemon from the Kalos region, and it's no different with me. I myself love weapons, as many of you guys know. I mean, seriously, I dedicated 2 whole months on weapons-based countdowns, and now a third one is on the way. First of all, I caught Honedge immediately once I encountered it.
Oh, okay,
Just the
Honedge.
idea of a possessed sword Pokemon made me giddy with excitement. So you can imagine my delight once I evolved it into Aegislash. There's just so much I love about this Pokemon, starting with its typing of Steel and Ghost. With this typing, Aegislash is damaged normally by 2 types, weak to 4, immune to 3, and resistant to— holy crap, that's a lot! The second thing I love about Aegislash is its design. The sword and shield motif is done incredibly well. The gold and white on the sword and shield give off a very elegant presence, while the black and lavender cloth-like arms still give it a ghostly appearance. Finally, there is his use in battle. Most notable is his ability Stance Change, where he shifts from shield form to blade form depending on the move he uses. This makes room for a lot of strategy with Aegislash, considering that his attack and special attack are traded for his defense and special defense when he shifts forms. It also means that Aegislash can specialize with either special attacks like Shadow Ball or Flash Cannon, or specialize in physical attacks like Iron Head and Shadow Claw, depending on what your team needs. There have been worries among the Pokemon fanbase that Game Freak has been running out of ideas in terms of the design of recent Pokemon. Well, considering that it took them this long to make a sword-based Pokemon of all things, I'm pretty sure we can put those worries to rest for now.
Number 1!
Throughout this list, we've seen a pretty diverse set of Pokemon, from powerful tanks to deadly sweepers, from simple designs to complex masterworks. However, notice that we haven't had a fire type on this list. I must confess, I actually don't care too much for the Fire-type Pokemon. Sure, a lot of them are very powerful and really cool, but they just never appealed to me for some reason. Maybe it's some of the lackluster designs or the overabundance of hype that they get, or oh good god, this thing is awesome! Chandelure is by far my favorite Pokemon ever. The first thing I love about it is its design. Sure,
now,
it may be
I didn't
based
actually
on
watch the show
simple
Pokemon. I
household
watched the
Chandelier,
YouTuber
but
that
I
I'm
love
subscribed
the
to.
direction they went
used
with
the
it.
Pokemon
The
mod,
ghostly
or
blue
Pixelmon
flames,
at the
the
time,
black frame, the light
and
blue
I saw the
centerpiece and yellow
Chandelure, and I'm
eyes.
like,
Chandelure just
that
looks
is
so
the stupidest
sophisticated
fucking
yet
thing, and I
so
still kind
eerie.
of feel
Then
that way.
there's
I
its
don't
background
like
and
Chandelure.
concept. The
I-
Pokedex entries mention that
It's-
Chandelure
I
robs
don't
bodies of their
understand
souls
why I don't
and
like it.
burns
I just-
them up in its flames,
It's a
causing
Chandelier
the souls
Pokemon.
to lose their
I'm
way
just like,
and wander the world
why?
forever.
Why?
Its entry may not be
What?
as freaky
That's
as
my
a
personal
pre-evolution
opinion,
Lampent's, but that's still a pretty unnerving thought. In addition, its typing also makes a lot of sense, being Ghost and Fire. I will admit that the Ghost typing appeals more to me than the Fire typing, but the combination is really fitting. Speaking of which, let's move on to combat. Chandelure has quite a lot of perks to it. First of all, two of its abilities are Flash Fire and Infiltrator, both extremely useful depending on what the situation calls for. Its typing also makes for a very useful move pool, with moves like Shadow Ball, Fire Blast, Energy Ball, and Will-O-Wisp. The real kicker, however, is its stats. This thing may be a bit flimsy on the defensive standpoint, but it boasts a pretty decent speed stat and has a base special attack that rivals Mewtwo. His special attack stat rivals freaking Mewtwo's. If that doesn't sell you, I don't know what will. Overall,
Okay, that's actually pretty
Chandelure
cool.
is the whole package for me. It
That's
has a
actually pretty
great
cool.
concept, the design is
I might have to go back and
fantastic,
start watching
it has a
Pokemon now,
cool
honestly.
typing, and it's useful in battle. In terms of Pokemon, I can ask for nothing more.
Josh, if you're watching this, I'm really, really sorry. Truly, it's just... I know you did this kind of thing for your top 10 Pokemon countdown, but it just seems like too much fun. I really, really want to try it. And considering that both of our favorites are fire types, I hope you'll come to forgive me. I'm the Green Scorpion, and... Chandelure, use Flame Burst!
Scorpion wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
Alright, cool. Alright, well, that was Green Scorpion's top 10 favorite Pokemon. That was as of December 18, 2013, so probably would need a new one by this point, I think. I may go through and just see if he has a different one, I don't know yet, but yeah, that was pretty interesting. Again, like, other than Gengar, Gengar is literally the only one out of all those Pokemon that I actually knew. And even at that point, I didn't know much about Gengar in general, so... Yeah, like how he's the spirit of, Clefairy? What? Okay. So, yeah. But that was that, and, yeah, so I think I'm going to do a couple more reaction videos here today just to get kind of, more stuff done and everything like that. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button down there. Comment if you guys want me to do more reaction stuff, whether it be for gaming or anything else like that. Make sure to let me know. And as always, subscribe if you guys are not subscribed. More of these videos here on my channel. And until next time, I will see you guys later.